This will be round 2 of the league, going first. And yeah, I am using StifleNought here. I have a portent, so it is a keepable hand. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, seems fine. So I will put them back in exactly that same order, I think. Mountain Go. Interesting. Let's play an island and end the turn. And no play. Schadenport. Interesting. Yeah, this is not a conventional type of deck that starts with a mountain, I guess. Do I want Gush here? Yeah, I mean, it seems better than the alternatives. I definitely don't want a second counterspell or a vision charm. So let's move to my turn. I can opt in response here, which is pretty good. Let's make sure I tap the right one. Looking for a StifleNought. I mean, I'll take an island instead, though. That's totally fine. And I'll just do land and done. I'll counter whatever it is they do. Goblins. All right. Yeah, Pile Driver is one of the big cards they can race with. Yeah, let's try and find a StifleNought. Huh. Do I want to Parallax Tide them? That might be correct. Because I can counterspell whatever they do next turn. It's probably going to be some expensive thing. And then on my turn, I can Parallax Tide, get rid of 4 of their lands, and then stifle the comeback. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should. It's a little weird to do this against goblins, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, foil can go on the bottom, and then tide, and then flash. So that way, if they don't play something I care about, if they do like, I don't know. Actually, I'd probably still counter Goblin Matron, but definitely gonna put them in this order. Pile driver. Am I okay with that just all by itself? Yeah, I am. I can stop it from being followed up on effectively. Yeah, that I need to get rid of for sure. And I guess I'd rather keep the days so that way if they, I don't know, try for like a lackey or something, I can put a stop to it. I mean, I could still gush into foil, but I don't really want to do that. All right, let's gush here so I can make my land drop. Play the tide. Get their stuff. And end the turn. Puts me in a pretty strong position. Yeah, even if they have a land, they really can't justify playing it. I mean, the fact that I did it in this way instead of chaining means I must have a stifle, or else, I mean, like maybe there's some chance that I'm desperately trying to dig for a stifle, but I don't already have one, and in that case, playing a land would give me one less turn to dig, but that would be a very dangerous assumption to make if they're wrong. In this case, of course, they are wrong. Well, would be wrong. Yeah, one pile driver is not going to do much on its own. Just in a really, really strong place. Like next turn, I'll be able to stifle on the upkeep and then flash. Yeah, take this 1 damage here. Okay, go to 19. That's the first hit of the game. Carplucent Forest. Yeah, they're going for it. Okay. So, with that being the case, I mean, I guess I could foil, but I'd rather daze, I think, and just get double value out of my Flash of Insight. Actually, do I want to do that? If I foil, I get more, well, like I get less flash value, but I can use it more immediately. But then again, I'm looking for 2 cards at this point, not 1. If I daze this, I still have foil for later if I want. Yeah, I'm going to daze it. Yeah, I think paired with a lackey, that was probably a reasonable gamble to take. I mean, they have to go for the out that's possible. Alright, so that happens, and I stifle the return. Nice. Impulse was an awesome card to get there. Yeah, it's interesting because after board, they have Red Blast, which of course costs 1 mana, and Parallax Tide becomes much worse, but it was really good here. Anyway, let's get that Impulse, and yeah, I'll take the Dreadnought. Move on to my turn. Okay, land and done. Yeah, I'm quite safe with the foils here. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd rather have Chain of Vapor. Yeah, I suppose so. Nice. Yeah, let's flash this back and just go for my enabler. I'm going to dig all the way down. Well, not all the way. I do have another flash of insight. How deep do I really need to justify going? So what's that? 8? That leaves me with a pretty strong flash of insight following. I'm just going to do 8 here. I think that feels reasonable. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that was actually a miss, which is unfortunate. If I take Gush, that puts me in the spot I want to be, I think. Or alternatively, I could just do Portent, but I feel like the Gush is better. Let's do the Gush right now. There we go. Okay. Play the Dreadnought. Vision Charm it. And now I have exactly 7 cards and a Dreadnought in play. And 2 foils with the extra cards needed to, yeah, I mean, this game is over. Just need to not misclick my way into a loss somehow. Tinkerer. That is getting a counter. Gosh, awesome. That was a very good card to draw. Attack for 12. And yeah, with a Gush on hand, I can safely play the island. That's it. Okay, good. 1 game down. Got some good sideboard here. I want my blasts. I don't want Chain of Vapor. I don't want my Parallax Tide. It's just expensive. Daze is not bad considering I'm on the draw. Misdirection seems pretty bad. Like if they play a Pyroblast instead of a Red Elemental Blast, well, actually, I mean, I can still misdirect that to the misdirection. Yeah, maybe I do want misdirections here. Or maybe just one. Powder Keg feels too slow. Mishra's Factory gets wastelanded. And get rid of the 3rd Flash of Insight, perhaps? Maybe just have 1 misdirection. So yeah, it's bad against the artifact destruction, but it is good against a blast. But then if they don't have a blast, that's like the only card it's good against. Which is a good argument for having 1 instead of 2. Yeah, that keeps me from having too many misdirections, and it keeps me from just drawing too many Flash of Insight. I still want some. Even against aggressive decks, I like to have something good to discard a foil. Yeah, I want all that stuff for sure. No reason to board this out, including the Dazes, because they go all the way up to like Ringleader and whatnot, Sieging and Commander. Yeah, that is the configuration. Okay, that is a solid hand. I've got Lackey Protection. I have the means to find more land. Prospector, that is not a very dangerous card. Okay with that. Let's see what we draw. Alright, Portent, digging for the land. That is a miss. Any order? Yes, shuffle, and the turn. Good. Pile driver. That is not foilable, not when it's my only second land. I mean, it's kind of annoying because it has protection from blue, but there's just no way. Okay, so I'm going to... I mean, I should probably just blast that right now to shrink the pile driver. Or I guess I could take a little damage initially. Yeah, I have a lot of life to work with. I can take some and then keep mana up to, let's say I counter something and then I opt. That's probably better than double blast. So I'll take 4 and go to 15. Fanatic. They're low on cards here. Yeah, I'm going to counter that. I mean, having them resolve the pile driver is really inconvenient. I just need to keep a lid on their goblin count. Oh, let's see. I definitely want to opt here. The impulse is extra. Glad to have a dreadnought. I think just land and go is what I want. I don't want to be so aggressive that I gush now, I would think. That feels like too much. Do I want to foil that? No, I'll take one more round of damage here. Gotta make sure I don't mistime this and put myself in a weak position. That I feel like I have to hydro... Well, I could Flash of Insight and then I could Hydroblast it later. That makes more sense. Because of course it destroys in addition to just countering. Stifle, excellent. I'm in business now. Alright. So with that having been done, it's time to gush. They want to counter it. That is okay. Hard to say if it's the right move. Yeah, I gotta go right for this now. Play the Dreadnought. Stifle the trigger. And, oh, I almost tapped a land there accidentally. And conveniently, the Stifle allows it to block, which is very nice. So I'll just end the turn with a lot of very secure protection in place. I have land, which is fine. Ringleader. Yeah, that I could just foil, I think. Or would I Hydroblast it? No, I don't want to give up a blast. I don't want to give them an opening to race me. Maybe I could opt to see what I draw and then foil it? Discarding, like, I guess the extra gush in an island. Yeah, opting beforehand seems reasonable. There's a second foil. Okay, wonderful. So with that on hand, island and I can get rid of the other island and just keep both gushes? Is that correct? No, that can't be right. Okay. Do I want to hit the lackey? I think I want to do that now in my little window. So hit the lackey. That cuts off their hope of racing. Move on to my turn. Ooh, counterspell. Wonderful. Yeah, this should be fully wrapped up now. I don't think it's possible for them to beat me at this point. Put them at 6, end the turn. And that's it. All right, awesome. A good match. Glad to beat Goblins here.